so much. She's a sweetheart.
You know, your seniors, 9 of them, but some key injuries this year for Southern.
Yes, we've had some that have fractured ankles. We've had a torn ACL. We've had some injuries for sure. Some kids have gotten to come back, and so we've struggled with injuries. But overall, we've pretty much stayed healthy since those happened. Those happened at the beginning of the season.
Well, you get to the regional tournament, your reward, you get Scott County Lady Cardinals, and they've got several girls that can really put the ball in the basket.
Oh yeah, they are a great team. They're well coached. Peyton Riddle is going to be excellent. Leah Owens, I mean, they're going to be a tough team to play. We're going to have to take care of the ball tonight.
Tell us about your ball club, Coach, what you like about the girls that have made it through without injuries. Like 3 of your key players have been injured, as you said.
Yeah, we've struggled. We've had our ups and downs this year. We've won some good games. We've got a lot of seniors, and they played well together. We just have to come together tonight and make sure that we give it our all. If it's our last one, we want to make sure we give a good show, and if it's not, if we're blessed enough to win, we've got to continue to play basketball.
Coach, give us your keys to getting a big victory here tonight over Scott County. What are the keys for Madison Southern? What do you need to do?
We have to take care of the basketball. We know they're probably going to press us. We have to take care of the basketball. We need to make sure we use our inside presence as much as possible, see if we can get some people maybe in some foul trouble, go at them a little bit. We know that they're probably going to be in a man defense, so we have to make sure we're taking it at them and not shying away.
Say hi to Sailor out there.
Hi, Sailor.
She's a little baby daughter. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Good luck tonight. That's Summer Simmons. We'll come back, guys, and we'll grab Coach Steve Helton of the Lady Cards here on the pregame.
At White, Greer, and Maggard Orthodontics, we believe that greatness is in the details. Each decision we make is for the benefit of our patients and our community. This means using industry-leading technology to help you achieve your goals and uncover your perfect smile. Our precision and efficiency results in an experience that is both pleasurable and affordable. White, Greer, and Maggard Orthodontics, applying precision and elegance to your smile.
At Raising Cane's, we believe in one love. But creating one love is no simple task. Everything has to be served hot and fresh, not just hot. We use only 100% premium chicken tenderloins for a 0% chance of leftovers. We insist on the best ingredients for our fries, like potatoes. And, well, we can keep talking quality, or you can just eat it. Raising Cane's, one love.
Visit us today at one of our 4 Lexington area locations.
This is a special place.
Our home court advantage.
With the support of our fans and the Big Blue Nation, we can accomplish anything.
That same hometown advantage can be yours at Central Bank.
With their winning personal service, Central is passionate about helping me succeed.
They're always behind me, helping guide my financial strategy, and they can help you too.
Think local.
Grow local.
Bank local. Put Central Bank's hometown advantage to work for you.
Hi, this is Gary Ball for Crown Trophy of Lexington. Crown Trophy offers youth sports awards, corporate awards. They offer signs and a full line of promotional products. They're located at 2680 Wilhite Drive on the corner of Nicholasville, New Circle Road, just behind Starbucks. Stop by and pick up your copy of our 85-page catalog. Crown Trophy is nationally known, but locally owned with 150 stores nationwide. Crown Trophy, the official provider of plaques for the Scholastic Ball Report and PrepSpin.
When you're out recruiting, a phone call doesn't always cut it.
You have to be there face to face.
It's the same with banking. That's why I chose Central Bank.
At Central Bank, it's easy to stay connected with online and mobile banking. But when you need someone to talk to or a quick decision made, we're right here with the products and personal service to help guide you toward your financial goals.
Think local.
Grow local.
Bank local and put Central Bank's local advantage to work for you.
All S, all P, all O, R, T, S Sports. Pick it up at all sports. Pick it up at all sports.
In Fayette Mall on Facebook and Twitter, locally owned and operated since 1970.
Back here at Paul S. McBray Arena on the campus of the Eastern Kentucky University. Opening night of the girls' 11th region tournament. We had a better than expected first game. Lafayette moves on to Friday night semifinals, a 61-54 winner over Woodford County. And what Coach Scott True with me, Coach, a little closer than everybody expected.
It was, and I thought Woodford did a really good job in the second half of taking care of the ball. They knocked down some shots, and they slowed Lafayette down. Lafayette didn't get as many transition baskets, and they made them play half-court basketball, which they don't really like to do. And again, Lafayette ran some good stuff at the end and got some good shots and were able to pull it out. But it was a great effort by Woodford County's young kids.
And especially the big freshman post player for the Jackets, Delaney Inlow, 13 points, 17 rebounds in her very first regional. So not too shabby.
Yeah, and she was one block shot from a triple-double tonight.
Yeah,
so
9 blocks.
Pretty good first night.
pretty good night for your first time ever on when the big show lights are on. Coach Gary Ball got Coach Summer Simmons of Madison Southern. The Lady Eagles taking on Scott County in game number 2 tonight. The winner will get Lafayette on Friday night. That game will be at 6:30 on Friday. And the reason for the big delay between the girls and the boys, or the girls' tournaments tonight and tomorrow night, they will play the opening round of the boys Wednesday and Thursday. Of course, we have those games for you also here on PrepSpin. Scott County Madison Southern played once earlier this year. That was the second game of the year. Cardinals won that in Georgetown easily, 87-57. And, of course, we heard Coach Simmons talk about, Coach True, that they've had to deal with the injury bug this year. And when it's hit them pretty big.
Yeah, I can sympathize. It's been a tough year for that. So,
Coach Steve Helton, you see to the bottom right of your head in your screen, moving to Gary Ball. And here with Coach Steve Helton, Gary Ball.
We're here with Coach Helton of Scott County. Thanks for joining us, Coach. A lot to go over before a ball game, isn't there?
You know, it's been a while since this team has had the opportunity to be in the region. So, you know, it's a learning experience, and, you know, we're excited for the opportunity.
I'll tell you what, you guys can score the basketball. You had 5 girls in double figures in that district final.
Tempo, tempo, tempo. You know, that's on the board. We got to go. We got to go. You know, right now, half court's our kryptonite.
Southern's got a lot of key injuries. 9 seniors, but 3 of them have gone down with injuries this year.
Very experienced team. They've had 2 games on this court already, so they're ahead of us.
Coach Helton, the keys for you to get the win here.
We got to go. We got to run. We got to run.
Play fast, right?
We got to play fast their possession.
Got to go, and you got to go. Thanks, Coach. That's Steve Helton, Darren, and Coach. He's got to go.
Well, hey, simply put.
Looking forward to your call of this game, Darren. I'll also mic up the PA announcer tonight for the starting lineup.
And I believe that's going to be Rick White again, the public address announcer here for Eastern Kentucky University. And I could be wrong if I look. Probably it will be Rick White, the PA announcer. We'll hear in just about a minute and a half here. But I mentioned that game back on December the 2nd. This is how far back these two teams played. It was an 87-57 win for Scott County. Neither team really shot the ball that well from three-point range. Scott County was 5 of 20 for 25%. Madison Southern 6 for 20 for 30%. Then they both were awful at the foul line. 6 of 12 from the foul line for 50% for the Cardinals. 15 of 28 for 54%. Surprising stat here, Scott County only out-rebounded the much smaller Madison Southern Ball Club 42-38.
Well, the key tonight is what Coach Helton said, tempo, tempo, tempo. Southern's got to try to control the tempo tonight and not let Scott County get out and run, because when they're running and they're in transition, they can really, really score, and they will turn you over and score points in a hurry. So Southern's got to control the tempo. You heard Coach Simmons talk about trying to get it inside, maybe get some girls in foul trouble. But the key for them is going to be the turnover statistic. If they can keep those turnovers down in the 10-14 range, that'd be really big for them, and then knock down some shots, because they've got some kids who can shoot it. Cornelius is an 8th grader. She can shoot it a little bit. You know, they've got some kids who can score, but they're not going to be able to do that if they get in a transition match with Scott County.
Big games from Riddle for the Cardinals, along with Malia Owens for the Cardinals, 23 and 21 points respectively back in that game, way back in the month of December. So as you mentioned, as Gary Ball talked with Coach Summer Simmons, we've had a lot of injuries on that Southern side, but they are in the regional tournament for the 5th consecutive year. They went deep last year after winning the first round game for the history of it. And the next voice we'll hear in just a minute as we get the final horn will be public address announcer Rick White.
With the public address announcer.
Inside Alumni Coliseum here on the campus of Eastern Kentucky University for 11th Region High School Basketball Tournament action. Tonight's second game features the Lady Eagles of Madison Southern High School and the Lady Cardinals of Scott County High School. And now let's meet our starting lineups. First, for the Lady Eagles of Madison Southern High School, wearing their blue uniforms trimmed in orange and gray at guard, number 1, Connor Coyle. At guard, number 5, Ashlyn Clark. At forward, number 12, Savannah Fallis. At forward, number 22, Samantha Cornelison. At forward, number 33, Marley Lawson. The Lady Eagles are coached by Summer Simmons. And now the Lady Cardinals of Scott County, wearing their white uniforms, trimmed in red and gray. At guard, number 1, Morgan DeFore. At forward, number 10, Katie Hudson. At guard, number 11, Malia Owens. At guard, number 22, Peyton Riddle. At forward, number 44, Lauren Beam. The Lady Cardinals are coached by Scott Helton. Your officials for tonight's game are Kanisha Walker, Bob James, and George Demick.
Thanks. Good job.
Rick White, one of the public address announcers here at McBrayer Arena here on the campus of Eastern Kentucky University. And all the way through, Coach Scott True, this will be a high-paced offense that Scott Helton and his staff will want from the Lady Cardinals. They'll want to push it, and in the immortal words of Sam Simpson, longtime football coach at Henry Clay, they want a NASCAR-style game.
They do, and if they get it, it's going to be very tough on Southern to stay in it. You've got to slow them down, but to do that, you got to be able to take care of the basketball.
You look at Southern, they'll try to control tempo. They'll win the tap, and into front court they'll come. Nice pass down low to Corneliuson, and the first basket of the game goes to the Lady Eagles.
Good start for Southern, and they fall back in a 1-2-2 zone.
1-2-2, and Mike looks like it's going to be kind of a matchup zone. We'll see. Let Coach True figure that out. They'll swing it around here to DeFore. Now to Owens. Down low it goes to Hudson, who had it partially blocked from behind by number 5. That's Clark. Now a turnover for Madison Southern.
They're constantly coming. Even after a miss, they're going to press you.
Here's 3, left wing, bottom for DeFore. Her first field goal of the night is 3-2 Cardinals.
She can. That's from deep too. Really good range for her.
DeFore had a really nice shooting game in the district final the other night against Henry Clay. Here's a short jumper, no good. Rebounded by Beam for the Cardinals. Beam had a double-double in their championship game. Nice look down low to Rental. And an assist from DeFore, and it's 5-2 Lady Cardinals.
Again, the pace early is what Scott County wants.
Turnover. Beam drives, right-hand layup, good. And quickly a timeout for the Madison Southern Lady Eagles. As you might see, the assistant coach for the Eagles taking care of it as we look at the highlight here. Here's a nice look and a nice cut along the baseline by Riddle.
Southern broke the press and got down, but then they took the quick little 15-foot jump shot, didn't make it, and Scott County's running right back down at you, and then all of a sudden they're down there getting what they want. So they force you into transition. If you're going to challenge them in transition, you better score. Because if you don't, they're going to grab it off the rim and come right back at you, and usually they've got numbers doing it.
Well, and the thing, too, also that Scott County will do, they'll get it out of the net after a score and get it down just about as quick as any team in the Commonwealth will do as well. They lead 7-2 with 6:46 to play here in the opening quarter of play from Richmond. Game number 1, Lafayette victorious 61-54 over Woodford County. Tomorrow night we have 2 games. The opening game tomorrow night will be Franklin County, and help me out here, Coach. Henry Clay. I went totally blank there just then.
Yep.
The nightcap will be
Paul Lawrence Dunbar and Madison Central.
And that will be a rematch from a game just about 3 weeks ago when Madison Central, I believe in Lexington, knocked off the Bulldogs by a point.
It should be a really good game. That should be really good. And Henry Clay's got the athletes to stick with Lafayette, but you're going to have to shoot it well. And again, they're going to have to take care of it against Franklin County's pressure.
And we have a holdup in the play getting back to action during the 30-second timeout. Somebody spilled a water bottle with the Scott County group over there. Coach Steve Helton was actually down trying to help clean it up as well. And now Dan Volpe, the longtime trainer over there for Scott County, doing some housework as well. But we look at the bench there for Madison Southern just to the left of our screen. You see the young lady just out of the picture now right there in the tan sweater making the motion to the baseline. That is the head coach, Summer Simmons. But she just about, 3 weeks ago had a baby, and she's back on the sidelines. So our assistant doing the head coaching duties up on the floor. They go down low, missed shot by Clark, and rebound pulled off by Beam. Outlet ahead to...
That's what Coach Helton wants, so get that thing out, rip that thing out and go. And again, Southern broke the pressure. They've got to convert when they break the pressure.
Well, he doesn't care. That Hudson just overshot, and there's a foul coming up on Beam. Reached in at the last minute. Might have caused a travel had she not reached in.
Again, Southern's doing a pretty good job of getting the ball to the middle.
Right.
Just after they get past the initial pressure, they've got to score or they've got to pull it out.
Yeah, you can't relax because Scott County will bring pressure from the backside, even in the half-court offense. Southern will look, and it looks like Scott County is man-to-man, but it's really not pressuring the basketball. They're really doing a good job inside. They get it around to Corneliuson.
This is where Southern's got to get. They got to get it inside and take advantage of their size.
Here's a short jumper by Fallis. Missed it. Went and tapped it, but Owens clears it for Scott County. Cardinals run ahead to the 4. She has a trailer. Put it up glass. No, too strong. Riddle with a one-hand rebound. Turns, has it blocked, gets it back, put it up, no good. Rebounded by Lawson for Madison Southern. This is Clark in the middle of the floor. Cuts off by Bean. Gets it back out. That's swinging around. Corneliuson. 3. Left of the circle. Too strong. Kicks off. Rebound Owens and Coyle fight for it. And the alternating possession will give it to Scott County.
And it's still an awfully quick shot for Southern. I know the look is there, but if you're not shooting them, you've got to find a way to slow Scott County down.
Well, one thing I've learned from Coach Simmons since she's been taking over, she doesn't fear anybody with her team, even with all the injuries. Here's a bad pass, knocked away. Beam tries to go get it back in a held ball. Nope, then give it off to the 4 as Beam. Thought maybe here's the 4th. Long 3, back rim, no. Long rebound kicks out of there to Corneliuson. Corneliuson has it picked off. The 4 behind the back to Riddle, laid it in.
Again, their pressure is just relentless. They just keep coming.
1-2-2, all 5 Scott County players in the back court. Ball gets off the hand of a Southern player. They split the double team. Does Fallis, and a foul coming up on Scott County. Watch this pass. And Coach, not many female players can do that, but the 4 with a nice pass to Riddle, and Riddle with an easy lay-in.
And then behind the back, but it was the right pass to make too. And that's being in the gym and working on your game.
And understanding. That's called, I guess they would call that basketball IQ. They swing it around here to Fallis. They go down low, knocked away. Riddle with it, comes ahead for Scott County. The middle of the floor, pulls up, 15-footer. Front rim comes off. Coyle fights with Hudson, and a held ball in the backcourt will go back to Madison Southern.
Even on the miss, on the defensive rebound, they come, they trap you. Anything to get you sped up and get you doing what they want you to do.
This is Clark, splits the double team, and they're going to get Owens or Hudson for the foul. Let's see who they got. Hudson. So the foul on Hudson is her second, I should say. It's the third on Scott County, and they get off the bench. Number 21 for the Lady Cardinals, Zakaya Holt, a junior for the Cardinals.
Well, it is critical for Southern to get into the bonus situation. They've got to be strong on the ball and get to the foul line.
As long as you can score any way you want to score from the foul line or easy baskets. Here's a jumper off the baseline, left it short. Does Lawson, rebounded by DeFore. And that's the one thing, when Steve Helton has had good teams over at Scott County, his guards, and especially his point guard, are really good rebounders as well on the defensive end.
Yeah, and they all crash, and they put so much pressure on you to get back. They get some offensive rebounds because you're struggling to catch up to them, and then they're running by you and grabbing the offensive board.
Here's Owens from the left elbow, hit it from about 17. 11-2 Cardinals. We're just now halfway through the first quarter. Had a lot of action for the first 4 minutes here.
Going to be very fast-paced if Scott County has their way.
DeFore with a steal, lobs it over to Riddle, lays it in. And a full timeout coming for Madison Southern. We'll take it with them. 13-2 Cardinals with 3:56 to play in the opening quarter here from Richmond. You're watching all the 11th Region Tournament basketball on PrepSpin.com.
Sitters are here.
I'm ready. Okay, kids, behave.
Man to man?
I got the little guy.
Oh, did you leave cash for the pizza?
I got it.
With more features than ever.
All right, who's hungry?
Mobile banking from Central Bank lets you deposit checks,
You're in timeout.
pay bills,
Okay, you're going to get a rip screen.
send and receive funds with Pop Money, and more. So you can stay in the game without missing a step. Do more with mobile banking from Central Bank, official bank of UK Athletics.
This is Oscar Combs. The next time you get hungry, remember this commercial. Then grab your keys and come to Rafferty's. Now, where did you put those keys? Rafferty's, located in Lexington, Louisville, Elizabethtown, Florence, Paducah, and Bowling Green.
You get a good look at Coach Steve Helton for the Cardinals right there on the sideline. The tall gentleman, he was a longtime assistant for Coach Billy Hicks and the boys team over at Scott County. And then when the girls' job came open, Coach Helton moved over and done a really good job there. I think he's like in his 12th season over there already.
At least that. Yep.
You know, and maybe a little bit more. I think he played his college ball at Union College down in Barberville. Or Barberville, if you want to get right.
Done a really good job with it. Now Scott County, again, with the man-to-man pressure in the half court.
And they play the same style the boys play over there at Scott County. This is Fallis. Down low, tried to get it to Coyle, and it was knocked away. Pretty good look from Fallis, just not enough heat on the ball.
It is, and that's what they've got to have. They've got to get it inside with their size against Scott County.
Now they match up size-wise pretty good with the Cardinals.
Yeah, Southern's deceptively long. I mean, they're really bigger than you think they are when you look at them.
They get it in to Fallis. One dribble to the baseline, gets it down low to Coyle, turns with a 7-footer, no good. Rebounded by Holt for the Cardinals. Ahead to Riddle. Owens tries to drive baseline. Pretty good job by Clark. Into the lane. Left-hand runner. No. Rebounded by Holt. And a held ball. It'll go to Scott County on the alternating possession.
Owens forced that a little bit against two, but Scott County did a very nice job going to get the offensive rebound.
Good job by Owens using offhand, too. That's real tough for young players to do, is use that offhand. They get an easy layup by Holt on the out-of-bounds play, and credit Beam with a pretty nice screen.
Well, you have to honor Owens at a three-point line, and all of a sudden they're stepping in and getting a layup on you.
Here's Clark, splits the double team, knocked away from her. Here comes DeFore the other way. Bounce pass. Riddle has trouble controlling it. Now gets it and puts it in. 17-2, Cardinals up 15 with 3 to go in the first. In the middle to Corneliuson. Checks her dribble. Clark on the far side across the timeline. Into the lane. Hangs. Put it up. Too strong. Rebound by Coyle. Puts up over Beam. comes off of there, rebounded by Beam, and Coyle going to be called for the foul for reaching in.
But that's the kind of shot Scott County wants you to take. It's a running, contested layup. Even if you make it, they're ready to run. But if you miss it, they're coming right back at you. Really, really tough for Southern because at some point you got to pull it out, but now you're behind and you feel like you need to attack.
Well, Ashlyn Clark, number 5 in blue, is a junior, but I don't remember calling her name too much in the regional tournament last year. I'm not sure how much action she saw in the regional last year.
I'm not sure she saw a lot.
So she's one of those girls that's making her first appearance and really in the regional tournament. For a long 3, bingo.
If her feet are set, she's deadly.
Yeah, she dialed that one up from downtown Irvin. A little bit out.
She did.
Yeah, way out there. 20-2. Here's DeFore with the steal. Nice pass to Riddle. And off the hand of Riddle, out of bounds.
A little too hot on that one.
Boy, with DeFore on the floor, you better be ready if you're a Cardinal teammate because she'll find you.
She really, and she's put on display all the range of passes she has too.
Yep. And I'm not sure we've seen them all yet either, to be honest with you. Here's Clark. Hesitation dribble, drives, has it blocked by Holt. Into the hands of a new player into the lineup. That is Sydney Sutherland, and a kick ball. Going to go back to Scott County away from the basket with 2:03 to play. The Cardinals on top, 20-2. Riddle will trigger it in. Comes out deep to Owens. Lets a 3 fly left of the circle. Got it.
Well, those are deep threes. They keep stretching your defense out, and then they're going to drive on you.
And a foul on Holt for the reach in. Actually going to get her, I think, with the knee first before the tie-up.
That's a tough call. She's going for the ball right there. That's a bang-bang play, but that's an awfully tough call.
23-2. Scott County on top with 1:54 to play in the opening quarter of night 1. In case you joined us late, Lafayette victorious over Woodford County, 61-54. In a game much closer than a lot of expected here. Winner of this one gets Lafayette on Friday. This is a 3 straight away. Got it.
Nice shot.
That is Carrie Thorne, one of the 4 seniors or 5 seniors they have on the roster right now.
Yeah, right off the pick.
They lob it down low to Tompkins, who laid it in.
Well, now they've got, because you're coming up to honor the 3 from deep, and then now they're using their size to lob you inside. Very tough to defend.
Here's a cross-court pass, knocked away, and it'll go out of bounds as Holt anticipated. If you look on our screen, and I wish we could communicate with our cameraman up top, Steve, but all 5 Scott County players are in the defensive backcourt. They're not honoring that Southern's going to throw it deep.
Well, and they're tough to throw over because they're so, they're so athletic and long.
Here's Fallis to Clark into front court, 3-on-2 for the Eagles. Clark pulls up lefty from 15. No. Ball tipped. Nice play by Madison Southern to get it back to their team. That was 33. I thought it said 35. That's Lawson. They got a hand on it to tip it to her teammate.
And they need Lawson right there on that block. That's where she's got to do damage for them. Very
Lawson
nice
with
move.
a jump hook. Count it. And 1. As a nice move by Lawson, the senior, with a right-hand jump hook. And, Coach, how rewarding is that you see a player like Lawson take in what you're coaching and with that little jump hook?
Well, things you work on in the gym, you like to see him put in practice. And she did a really nice job there getting positioned to get the ball. And very quickly, Coach Helton is not very happy with that and brings in Holly Christensen to probably try to defend that a little better.
Thompson got caught behind Lawson, and the use of the glass as Lawson completes the old-fashioned 3-point play and is 25-8. Cardinals, as we're under 47 seconds to play in the opening quarter. Cardinals averaging about 85 points a game. Here's DeFore, a deep 3. Bingo.
And at some point, you've got to come to her. I know she's 3 feet behind the arc, but now she's hit 3. You're going to have to step up to her.
Coach, I think she's probably further than that back. I think she's about 5 feet behind the arc when she let that one fly.
Yeah, she's proven she can hit it.
Nice play by Clark ahead to Fallis, who will drive. Left hand, actually went to right hand. Missed the layup. Got to hustle back as the senior. 28-8. Cardinals will play for 1 shot. DeFore off to the right side to Owens. DeFore lets it fly about the same spot. In and out. Holt tips it. Lawson got a hand on it. Here comes Fallis the other way for Madison Southern and lost the time in the on the clock, but a pretty good quarter for Scott County. And once they got settled down a little bit, Southern didn't turn it over too much. We're getting shots, just wouldn't hit them.
Yeah, and again, it's that pace that Steve talked about early. And when Coach Helton said we're going to get that pace, and they've got it now. And Southern's got to find a way to slow that down a little bit.
We'll be back here in 30 seconds to Richmond with the girls' 11th Regions Tournament on PrepSpin.com.
I used my credit cards over the holidays, and I thought I could make it work. But between the bills and everything else, I'm really starting to fall behind.
A lot of people out there are drowning in debt.
We're Atkinson, Sims, and Kermode. You can have a brighter future away from debt. We've come up with a way to get you started for less.
Say no to debt. Get your bankruptcy started for as little as $78 today. In Lexington and now in London.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
There are 50 Whitaker Bank locations serving Kentucky communities just like mine.
61 Whitaker Bank ATMs throughout Kentucky make getting quick access to cash easy.
Whitaker Bank staff serves the needs of nearly.
Back here, the second quarter of action, 28-8, Scott County on top of Madison Southern. Southern has the basketball. Corneliuson throws it away, trying to hit a new player in the lineup for the Southern Eagles, Desiree Linville, number 20 in blue.
And they're trying to pound it inside and spread Scott County out and use their size. And Scott County's doing a nice job putting pressure on the ball and defending the post.
And Corneliuson, 22 in blue. Here's Owen, straight away, three, high arcer, no good. Rebound comes off to Corneliuson, gives it up on with some contact, ball loose. Lawson has it now for Southern. Thought Corneliuson got fouled on the rebound, no call. Here is a dribble, and there's Linville and a pretty good shoulder block there from the Cardinal.
Yeah,
Holly Christian, yeah.
It's a good drive. They beat the pressure that time and drew the foul.
Point out Corneliuson, coach, in blue for the Southern Eagles. She's going to be around a while. She's an 8th grader.
She's going to be a really good one. Going to be a really good one.
Kind of reminds me a little bit of the young lady they had a couple of years ago when Southern made their first ever appearance in the region. I can't remember the young lady's name. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, sir.
Here's a lefty three for Clark out of the left corner. Good. 28-11, 17-point advantage for the Cardinals. Riddle on the right side, out to the 4. She may let that one fly from there. So if you're Clark, you might want to get up a little closer.
Yeah, you better find her.
As soon as she gets in the parking lot, she's open, right? Christensen misses a 17-footer. Lawson has it. Holt reaches in, and Holt going to be guilty for her second foul.
That's key, because now Southern's going to be in the bonus. With every foul, they're going to get to shoot free throws, which allows them to get some points with the clock stop, but also allows them to get a breather from the pressure.
Well, the thing is, that's not going to hurt Scott County, because Holt and Beam basically similar style games, but Beam will come back in. Beam has no foul, or actually has one foul, so they got 10 fouls to give up at that spot, plus they're deep.
Yeah, Scott County's plenty deep. They're not going to worry too much about that.
So Lawson at the line for 1+1. The free throw on its way is good. Lawson, the senior, has 3 points tonight. Actually make it 4 now with that free throw. She's 3 of 3 from the foul line. Probably just gave her the broadcaster jinx. She made me look pretty good.
And Southern settled down now, got a couple good looks, got to the foul line.
And we saw in game number 1, you know, if you keep playing hard, good things can happen. Here's a banker by Owens. She turned around to Riddle and said, I didn't mean to do that.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Went in, doesn't it? All counts the same.
She does a good job right up the middle of that zone against Southern zone. Very tough to guard from there.
Linville to Clark, goes right around Christian and lays it in with the right hand. Quickly ahead, here's Owens between the legs. Can't get free of Clark. Owens, right corner 3 on the way, short. And Beam going to be called for over the back.
Good call,
so Holt and Beam each with 2 fouls now in that number 4 spot there for the Cardinals. And off the bench comes Tompkins for, that's Sutherland comes off the bench. Sydney Sutherland, a junior for the Cardinals.
Scott County really big now with her and Christian in the game together, so they're negating the size advantage that Southern has.
You have 3 seniors on this Scott County roster. The first one from Corneliuson's good. This is the young lady we're talking. That's the freshman.
8th grader.
Or excuse me, the 8th grader. Pardon you. Thank you for correcting me there, Coach.
And she's going to be a really good one for a long time.
Yeah, and she's got some skills. The 4, number 1 in white's only a freshman for Scott County.
Yes, sir.
So nightmares for some teams coming around here. Here's Riddle as Corneliuson gets both, and it's 30-17. Riddle, 3 on the way. Back rim, no. Owens battling with Holt, and it goes out of bounds to Scott County off of Clark for the Cardinals. And Corneliuson is averaging around about 11 points a game, the 8th grader for Madison Southern. They just played patty cake with it. Pulled off by Christian. Ball's loose on the floor, and waiting in is Thorne for Southern. Here's Corneliuson. Crossover dribble. Goes right, left side. Blocked partially by Sutherland. Here's a run out. Riddle ahead of everybody. Laid it up. Got it. Almost shot it too hard.
You have to get back. You drive it down, but you have to get back. Even with their bigs on the floor, their guards are so fast out of transition. If you don't get back, they're going to do that to you and get easy layups.
Riddle now has 12 to lead Scott County. They go down low, and a foul on Sutherland for reaching over the back of Lawson. I tell you what, Lawson. I like Marley Lawson here. She's made a couple of really nice post ups in this first half, Scott. And the thing is, she's about 5'9", 5'10", and she sits down in that chair and just makes herself wide and big and gives a good target to her teammates there.
She's getting in front and she's getting position and making herself, like you said, a big target. And it's the position. It's not the post up.
Mm-hmm.
It's a position that gets you the post up. And she's done a really good job of getting position on the Scott County post players.
Free throw is good from Lawson.
And Coach Helton let them both know that as he took them out of the game.
Yeah, you better get over top of her. She's got 5 here. She's 4 of 4 from the line here in the first half. Second one is also good. Make her 5 of 5. She should have 7. She does. 7 of the 19 to lead Southern here. Riddle. Now this thing makes Riddle even more dangerous. She's been playing along that baseline against this Southern zone, but now she's floating from middle to the wing and lets the 3 fly on the way. No good. Rebound by Owens, but she stepped on the baseline.
And Scott County's gotten cold from the three-point arc, and they back out their pressure a little bit, but they're going to come right back to it now.
Yeah, they're going 2-2-1, it looks like now, or 2-1-2, it looks like, actually. Corneliuson comes across here to Thorne. Thorne throws a little too tall for Lawson.
Yeah, and that's what they do. They speed you up just a little bit and get you just a little bit of a hurry, and you make the turnover.
Thorne goes to the bench for a break, replaced by Ashlyn Clark. But with 5:05 to play, Southern trailing only by 13. They were down 20 a moment ago, though.
This last 5 minutes is big for them. They can keep it in this range and maybe cut it down a little bit, give them some confidence going in the second half.
Riddle jump pass down low, missed on the jump hook for the Cardinals.
Kennedy Tompkins.
Yeah, it was Tompkins that missed an 8th grader. Pretty good size for an 8th grader, too. Clark drives, right hand, no good. Rebound taken away by Coyle, who put it in.
And that's a senior just out muscling an 8th grader.
Yeah, Malaya Williams, they got her listed as a freshman here on my sheet. 8th grader freshman, she's young. One way or the other. Steele, Clark working on to 4, put it up, and they're going to call a charging foul on Clark.
Ooh, that's a tough call right there.
I think they might have gotten her with the left arm to the discard.
That's a really tough call.
Yeah, might hear the Southern fans behind us. They disagree too. May have been the fact that she extended it at the last minute. If she had kept it right where it was, she might have been all right.
Well, Scott County's gone cold. Now they got to find some better shots.
Riddle drives baseline. A foul coming up on Coyle for Southern. It'll be team foul number 4. The first on Coyle. Actually, it'll be the second. Ooh, that's 3 fouls on Coyle.
That's good. Southern doesn't have the depth that Scott County has.
That's a big one on the senior Coyle. Riddle with the shot. Good. In the first game against these two, Riddle didn't shoot the ball very well. She still wound up with, I think, 17 points, but didn't shoot well at all.
She's tough. If she gets enough opportunities, eventually she's going to score.
She a streaky shooter?
Yeah, she's too good of a scorer for you to keep down for very long.
Free throw good from Riddle, but she has 13 tonight. With 4:10 to play, they're up 13, 34-21. Corneliuson, boy, you see some heady basketball IQ and then just a little too tall of a pass to Lawson.
Again, you've got all that athleticism coming at you, and you get a little bit of a hurry, throw it a little bit strong, and it goes out of bounds.
Now, she looked like she short-armed it and had sailed on her. If she had extended with the pass, might have been able to hit Lawson, who was inside of her defender there. Here's a nice pass down low to Williams from Riddle. And a basket for the young freshman.
Good execution in the half court by the young post player for Scott County.
And Riddle with a nice look. The junior for Scott County. Corneliuson to Clark in the lane. Gives it to Lawson along the baseline. Throws it back out, and Riddle steps in front of Corneliuson. Has Owens ahead. Who lays it in?
And just like that, they push it right back to 17.
Thorne looking for help. Gets it into Corneliuson. To Lawson. Cross-court pass to Fallis, which is a nice look from Lawson. Taken away, though, to Owens. Ahead to Riddle. Lawson and Clark in pursuit. Hangs, put it in.
Now what you're seeing now, it takes so much energy to make a run against Scott County, and then you show fatigue. And Southern looks a little fatigued right now. They've really worked hard to get back in it, and then Scott County comes with another wave of pressure, and they get a nice 10-0 run here and push it right back up to 19.
12 players have seen action in the first half of action for Scott County. Cardinals lead it 40-21. As we go out to break, we're going to take a look at, we're going to keep it right here. I guess that's timeout from Madison Southern. A 40-21 Scott County lead here in the first half of action. As you look down low, and that's a nice look from Riddle.
And that's really good. Going the 1-2-2 zone, and then there's your steal and your run out. But again, that's two very young post players Scott County coming to execute it really well.
Here's another look at that run out by Riddle. And that's what makes Riddle so dangerous. She goes about 5'7", 5'8", maybe 5'9". She can run along the baseline. She can post up. She can run the point. She can shoot the three-point play, the three-pointer. So it makes her a very dangerous weapon on the floor for Scott County.
Really, she's played really well tonight too.
She has 16 in the first half to lead all scorers. Linville has it taken away by Tompkins, and the 8th grader turns it over back to Madison Southern.
Coach really applauding the effort right there. Played really hard, got the steal, just got a little bit of a hurry, but she has done a really good job, along with Malia Williams down in that post for them.
Clark kicks it over here on the near side. Corneliuson, three from the right wing, in and out. Lawson battles a couple of Scott County players. Saved back in by DeFore to Riddle, and here come the Cardinals. DeFore, oh my goodness, what a look. But here in a couple of years, the young freshman Williams will make that catch.
Yep. Got a little bit of a hurry, and again, Coach Helton applauding the effort. Those two young kids are really playing well.
Well, DeFore showing the complete arsenal. That pass came from a step just inside the midcourt line.
Yeah.
They give it up to Linville. Linville working on Williams. Williams will bumper, and the foul coming up on the young freshman. Let's give Southern some credit here, Scott, though. They have really attacked when they've had an opportunity. The problem is Scott County comes in waves even inside the three-point arc defensively.
And they just wear on you. They just keep coming. And then, like I said, you get a little tired. They had it down to 13, and then all of a sudden you give up 5 or 6 in a row, and then you're in trouble.
Free throw from Linville is good. Her first points of the night. The second one from Linville is good. If there's one thing Southern's done well, they've shot the basketball well from the free throw line. 9 of 9 in the opening.
Very important for them to get to the foul line.
This is DeFore. Boy, she thought about letting it fly, but Corneliuson closed quickly. Owens in the lane. 15-footer partially blocked. Rebounded by Thorne for Southern. No numbers. Scott County back. Thorne checks her dribble. High post to Lawson. Lawson looks, can't get it free to Linville. Back to Corneliuson. Lets three fly deep. Bingo.
Again, if she gets her feet set, she can really shoot it.
She said, Miss DeFore, you got range? Let me show you one back at you. 40-26. So here comes Southern again with a little mini run. Owens out of the corner. Short, rebounded by Lawson for Southern.
Scott County settling for threes a little bit now. They need to pound that ball back inside or try to drive it.
Corneliuson splits the double team, and a foul coming up on Owens as she submarines Lawson, and Lawson will go back to the line for Madison Southern.
Scott County gets it to 17, 18, 19, and then they settle for threes, and Coach Elton's not going to be happy with that.
14 turnovers here in the first half for Southern. A lot of those, though, Coach, I bet maybe 3 or 4 have only led directly to points, though, for
it'll be
Scott
curious to see
County.
the points off turnovers at halftime.
Be interesting to see that as Lawson knocks down the first free throw. It's 40-27. Scott County with 1:21 to play in the first half. Free throw good.
Yeah, let's see if Scott County gets something other than a three this trip.
Got back to 12-4. A long three. Short. Riddle with the rebound. Short from 5. Good.
There she is again. Offensive board. Put back.
Boy, DeFore's got Pete Maravich range, doesn't she?
Oh, she does.
Here's a steal by Owens. Under a minute to play. 42-28 Cardinals. Owens in the lane. Good.
And got a little bump, too, and put it in.
A mini 4-0 run for Scott County. Pushes it back to 16. Linville angles off to the right side. Checks her dribble. Down low to Lawson. Nice bounce pass down to Cornelius for the lay-in. Corneliuson got free. Lawson patient. And then found her on the opposite block.
Scott County's post player got caught ball watching that time. And again, she was able to sneak down and get position.
Here's a ball deflected by Corneliuson. Comes back out to DeFore. Cardinals will play for the final shot, leading 44-30. Boy, Cardinals always seem to have a 5-second call.
Well, she never relieved the pressure, never got rid of it, and he kept counting, and that's a tough call.
Yeah, some Cardinal fans behind us don't agree with it, but Coach Steve Helton does. He is absolutely letting DeFore hear it.
Well, Southern's done a nice job hanging around a bucket here.
Yeah,
get it down, get it down to 12 or maybe 11.
Linville, this is Corneliuson, partially blocked by Williams, but gets into the hands of Fallis on the rebound as Cardinals got caught watching the ball again, and a foul coming up on the 8th grader Tompkins, Kennedy Tompkins.
Tompkins and Williams really showing their youth the last couple trips. Haven't really blocked out, haven't been in position. They've given up a couple things.
The first on Fallis, and that's the first miss of the day from the foul line for Southern. As Fallis left a little bit short. Rebound by Kennedy as Fallis misses both, and that's the end of the first half. Cardinals lead at 40-26. They won the opening quarter 28-8. They had a 20-point lead at the end of the first quarter. But Coach True, Madison Southern wins the second quarter 22-18.
Yeah, and Southern did a much better job in the second quarter of settling down, handling the ball a little better. And Scott County had a little bit of foul trouble, backed out of their pressure a little bit. But Southern's able to knock down some shots and use their size. And it felt like Scott County began to settle for threes. I know DeFore hit some early, but then they shot 4 or 5 in a row. A couple times they were up 18, and then they took threes and missed, and that allowed Southern to get some transition, not face the pressure, and get back in it.
Turnovers in the first half. Points off turnovers, we thought it might be a lot. It is 19-8, or excuse me, 19-2 for Scott County. So we're going to go to a commercial break here. It's a 44-30 lead for the Cardinals at halftime on PrepSpin.com.
At White, Greer, and Maggard Orthodontics, we believe that greatness is in the details. Each decision we make is for the benefit of our patients and our community. This means using industry-leading technology to help you achieve your goals and uncover your perfect smile. Our precision and efficiency results in an experience that is both pleasurable and affordable. White, Greer, and Maggard Orthodontics, applying precision and elegance to your smile.
At Raising Cane's, we believe in one love. But creating one love is no simple task. Everything has to be served hot and fresh, not just hot. We use only 100% premium chicken tenderloins for a 0% chance of leftovers. We insist on the best ingredients for our fries, like potatoes. And, well, we can keep talking quality, or you can just eat it. Raising Cane's, one love.
Visit us today at one of our 4 Lexington area locations.
This is a special place.
Our home court advantage.
With the support of our fans and the Big Blue Nation, we can accomplish anything.
That same hometown advantage can be yours at Central Bank.
With their winning personal service, Central is passionate about helping me succeed.
They're always behind me, helping guide my financial strategy, and they can help you too.
Think local.
Grow local.
Bank local. Put Central Bank's hometown advantage to work for you.
Hi, this is Gary Ball for Crown Trophy of Lexington. Crown Trophy offers youth sports awards, corporate awards. They offer signs and a full line of promotional products. They're located at 2680 Wilhite Drive on the corner of Nicholasville, New Circle Road, just behind Starbucks. Stop by and pick up your copy of our 85-page catalog. Crown Trophy is nationally known, but locally owned with 150 stores nationwide. Crown Trophy, the official provider of plaques for the Scholastic Ball Report and PrepSpin.
When you're out recruiting, a phone call doesn't always cut it.
You have to be there face to face.
It's the same with banking. That's why I chose Central Bank.
At Central Bank, it's easy to stay connected with online and mobile banking. But when you need someone to talk to or a quick decision made, we're right here with the products and personal service to help guide you toward your financial goals.
Think local.
Grow local.
Bank local and put Central Bank's local advantage to work for you.
All S, all P, all O, R, T, S. Pick it up at all sports. Pick it up at all sports.
In Fayette Mall on Facebook and Twitter, locally owned and operated since 1972.
Sitters are here.
I'm ready. Okay, kids, behave.
Man to man?
I got the little guy.
Oh, did you leave cash for the pizza?
I got it.
With more features than ever,
All right, who's hungry?
mobile banking from Central Bank lets you deposit checks, pay bills,
Okay, you're gonna get a rip screen.
send and receive funds with Pop Money, and more. So you can stay in the game without missing a step. Do more with mobile banking from Central Bank, official bank of UK Athletics.
This is Oscar Combs. The next time you get hungry, remember this commercial. Then grab your keys and come to Rafferty's. Now, where did you put those keys? Rafferty's, located in Lexington, Louisville, Elizabethtown, Florence, Paducah, and Bowling Green.
I used my credit cards over the holidays, and I thought I could make it work. But between the bills and everything else, I'm really starting to fall behind.
A lot of people out there are drowning in debt.
We're Atkinson, Sims, and Kermode. You can have a brighter future away from debt. We've come up with a way to get you started for less.
Say no to debt. Get your bankruptcy started for as little as $78 today. In Lexington and now in London.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
There are 50 Whitaker Bank locations serving Kentucky communities just like mine.
61 Whitaker Bank ATMs throughout Kentucky make getting quick access to cash easy.
Whitaker Bank staff serves the needs of nearly 70,000 Kentucky customers every day.
We share your passion, Kentucky. Love the bank that loves you back. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky.
My tax refund usually helps me out, but this year it was much lower than what it was supposed to be. This isn't enough to get me caught up. What am I supposed to do?
Is this happening to you? We're Atkinson, Sims, and Kermode. Bankruptcy could be your best solution.
We're here to give you a fresh financial start.
Say no to debt. Get your bankruptcy started for as little as $78 today. The consultation is free in Lexington and now in London.
I wanted to get back on the basketball court.
I want to get back to the ref I used to be.
I want to get back to gardening.
I want to get back to playing with my band.
Only one team is qualified to get patients back to living their lives. Bluegrass Orthopedics has physician experts to assist in your recovery, whether it's an injury or chronic condition. Bluegrass Orthopedics provides convenient, specialized, and comprehensive care for your unique life.
At halftime, Scott County leading Southern. Now we're going to take a look at that great pass, Coach Drew, that everybody's talking about in this game.
Well, the fours are really good passing the basketball. And the thing I said on air is not only is it a behind the back, but it was the right pass to make. It wasn't because she was trying to force it. It was a right pass to make. She drew the defense and dropped it off.
Yeah, and that was Larry Bird-like. And then, of course, Riddle with those 18 first-half points. She knows what to do around the basket. She is a special player. Coach Helton's got a lot of weapons, but I tell you what, Southern came alive there in that second quarter.
They did. They settled down a little bit, handled the pressure better. Coach Simmons talked about before the game with you, getting Scott County in foul trouble. They got a couple fouls on Beam. And I thought it was big for them to get to the foul line, and they were able to do that, and that allowed them to creep back into thing. And then I feel like Scott County began to settle on the other end. They got it to 17-18, and they took three or four possessions in a row. And Coach Helton was not going to be very happy with that at halftime.
Coach Drew, let's go back to the Woodford County game. That was a tremendous ball game. Lafayette won, but boy, the Kitty Corps, the freshmen from Woodford County, they will be hard to contend with here in the next couple, 3 years here in the 11th region. Those girls can play.
They will. Well, you can't teach size, and they've got a really good one. She can really play. And tonight, one block shot away from a triple-double in her first regional appearance against a good Lafayette team. So I feel like Lafayette kind of stepped off the gas pedal a little bit in the second quarter maybe, and then Woodford County found some confidence and got back in and were able to knock down some shots, and they've got a rim protector and somebody who can get them easy looks.
Scott County, the Lady Car, they got a 14-point lead right now, Coach, but if it does eventually, if Scott County pulls this one out, which it looks like, they've got a good shot to win this game, obviously up 14 here at half, and it is Scott County and Lafayette, break that game down for us. That should be interesting.
Yeah, that'll be a really good one. Really two similar styles in the fact they both want to get out and run a little bit. Scott County probably has more offensive weapons, but Lafayette's pretty good against that zone, with their zone, and able to dictate things with that. It'll be a good matching strategy, too.
And the thing is, Kiara Pankins was out for 3 weeks, so those other girls, like Gar Carter, like Abram, like DeBilzan, Bennett, they gelled as a team more so because they knew their superstar Pankins was out and going to be out for a while, and that really helped them. And now they're looking for their shots now, so that's really good that Lafayette, they've got some weapons now, too, that they didn't have early in the year because everybody was relying so much on Kiara Pankins.
Sure, you need other people to step up, and they were able to do that, and they got some confidence winning without her a little bit. So they'll be very tough to beat. Again, I think for that key will be Scott County pushing the tempo. They're deeper. They're going to want to use their depth, and they're going to want to force turnovers. And if they can do that and get into Lafayette's bench, maybe get some foul trouble, that benefits them. Because, I think Scott County played 11 people in the first half tonight.
Right.
And he can go really deep in that bench if he needs to.
What is Summer Simmons telling her Southern Ball Club, and what is Steve Helton, telling his Scott County team?
Well, for Southern, I think it's just stick with the game plan. Let's try to get off to a better start second half. Not let this get away from us, because you take out the first 4 or 5 minutes, and they're right there.
Yeah.
Stay composed, don't rush. Maybe don't take the quick shot. Maybe slow down and take get a better shot.
Yeah.
For Coach Helton, it's going to be the same thing. Step on the gas and go, but let's get back to attacking the glass. We get to 15, 16, 17. Let's get to the rim, get to the foul line, and not just take threes. And they took several contested threes, and he's not going to be happy with that.
The Lady Cards, they were a total of 4 of 12 from 3, whereas Southern was 3 of 6. We have seen with that Lafayette game we did earlier against Woodford in this game, some excellent three-point shooting.
Yeah, it's tough when you're Southern. You're shooting 50% from the three-point line and you're down 14 points.
Yeah.
But the key for Southern was the turnovers early. Scott County had 19 points off Southern's turnovers in the first half, and that's the way they play. That's what they do. And if you can take that away from them, which is really hard to do, then you got a chance.
Well, they got back in the game at the free throw line. There's no doubt about it. 11 of 13 Southern, and most of that was in the second quarter from the line. Whereas you look at Scott County, they're a team that doesn't really they shoot so many deep threes and outside shots, they don't really penetrate to draw a lot of fouls. They were 2 for 2. They only shot 2 free throws in the first half.
And Coach Helton's not going to be happy with that. I know they take a lot of threes, but he wants them to attack the rim,
right,
especially in transition. They didn't do that. But I thought Lawson for Southern did a really good job getting position. She got 2 fouls on 2 different players for Scott County, got to the foul line and used her size really well. And that's an advantage for them when they can pound it inside. And maybe what they can start to do is maybe make Scott County double her, and then, much like you saw in the first game, get some kick-out threes.
You're right, and break this game down for us. Like you said, I agree with you 100%. Southern needs to come out strong in the third quarter, the second, like they did in that second quarter, because they certainly didn't come out of the gate strong. I look up at the scoreboard, and it was 25-5 Scott County there, and I'm like, wow, this could be a blitz, but Southern did a great job in the second quarter.
They did, and they cut it to 13, and Scott County pushed it right back out to 18 or 19. They settled down, got a couple good looks late. The thing for Southern they can't allow to happen is the mental fatigue. Physical fatigue sets in, but the mental fatigue will happen to you, and then you make more turnovers, and they've got to avoid that in the second half. So I think a good start is key. If they can keep this 8, 9, 10, 12, and then all the pressure reverts to Scott County.
Coach True, you'll be with us tomorrow night as well. We got a great doubleheader starting out with Franklin County and Henry Clay. Of course, you've played Henry Clay, right? Did you?
We did not play them this year, but I've seen them several times.
Right,
yes.
and of course, everybody knows about Franklin County. It starts with the 11th Region Player of the Year. Her name is Princess Stewart, and then the glue, as Coach Thacker calls her, Rebecca Cook.
Yeah, they're as talented as anybody, and when they're playing well, they're going to be awfully tough to beat. They're good on both ends of the floor. Joey does a great job with them. Henry Clay's got some athletes who can do some things with them. And try to stay in the game. And then again, you got to get to the fourth quarter with Franklin and have a chance. And hopefully, they'll get a little tight maybe.
Well, the first game, Darren and Julie Muntz will have that one. You and I will have the call on the next one that I'm looking forward to tomorrow night. Madison Central and Dunbar girls. That's going to be, I think, an interesting ball game.
It really will. It's a 1-point game just a couple weeks ago. Central plays a lot of zone. They got some size inside with Cornett, able to block some shots, and then for Dunbar, it's all about Cecil and Hereford and what they can do from the perimeter and on the drive. So that has the potential to be a really, really good first-round game. Wednesday night,
the Lexington Catholic Knights, your good friend, and right down the hall from you, right next door to you there in the office, Brandon Salzman. Why I asked him out at the preview show the other night, why is the Catholic, the boys team, they always seem to gel at the right time. I know LCA took them to task in the district final, but when they step out on the floor against Franklin County Wednesday night, Brandon will have them ready to play.
Yeah, I was around practice today. I think they'll be ready Wednesday. I think that gets their attention a little bit. LCA played great the other night, and we did, and obviously Catholic didn't do some things they wanted to do, but take nothing away from LCA. They shot the ball really well, spread the floor, did some great things on the offensive end, I thought, and the defensive end. But Brandon will have that group ready to go over here against Coach Wise in Franklin County on Wednesday.
Yeah, looking forward to that. Wednesday night I have TV work, so I will not be covering that night, but we'll have it covered here on PrepSpin. All the games Wednesday night. That's the first one, Franklin County, as they will battle Lexington Catholic at 6:30. So join us for that one. Thursday night I'll be back, and that will be a big doubleheader boys side. How about Friday night's semifinals for the girls, 6:30 and 8:15. It'll already be down this Friday to the Final Four of the 11th region.
Yeah, it's an exciting time. And, the goal right now is just to get there. And, of course, Lafayette doing that earlier tonight. And Coach Helton's probably telling his girls, don't look ahead. We're not done yet. We got to finish this one. Go win this one, then we'll worry about Friday.
And I'm going to turn the microphone back over to Darren Douglas. And Saturday will be the boys' semi Saturday afternoon, 1:30 and 3:15. Girls championship Saturday night, and then the boys championship Monday night. Second half coming up with the coach, Scott True, and Darren Douglas here on PrepSpin.com.
Back here at Paul S. McBray Arena, you get a good look at the Madison Southern Lady Eagle huddle before the second half here. And Coach Scott True of Lexington Catholic with me. And Scott and I are longtime friends. College mates there for a couple of years at Georgetown College.
Yes, sir.
But he looks a whole lot younger than I do. He's aged very well. I want whatever he's taking. Both teams back with their starting lineups. It's Beam, Riddle, DeFore, Owens, and Hudson for the Cardinals as they go down low to Hudson on the block. Turns on Lawson. Glass good. First field goal of the night for Katie Hudson.
Well, I felt like Scott County settled for too many threes when they got up and immediately come in and get the thing inside and get a nice look.
Corneliuson here along with Coyle, Clark, Fallis, and Lawson for the Madison Southern Lady Eagles. They turn it over again. Here's a steal in backcourt by Clark, though, for
that time
Southern.
DeFore forced that one. Shouldn't have thrown that one.
Clark quickly on the dribble down the lane. Nice pass to Fallis, who had trouble catching it, and then Beam swats it into the basketball standard. If Fallis catches that clean, she's got a wide open layup. Look at this.
Yeah,
catches it clean, the Beam comes out of nowhere.
The Beam hustled and did a nice job of recovering on that.
Fallis kind of lackadaisical there with the basketball. They inbound in the corner. Clark, three on the way. Short. Beam with a rebound for Scott County. Headed to four. Here come the Cardinals. Nice bounce pass to Owens, who laid it in.
That's a great pass. Hit her in stride, going to the rim between two defenders.
Perfect pace, perfect bounce up with the pace there. Tough to do. 48-30, 14 point at halftime. It's increased to 18. Here's a turnover as Corneliuson throws it over the head of Coyle.
And I talked about at halftime, mental fatigue for Southern. You know, Scott County just keeps coming, and mentally you just get a little fatigued, and then you make some mistakes.
Riddle, left wing three on the way, bingo. And just like that, it's a 21-point lead for Scott County. The biggest in the first half was what they had at the end of the first quarter, 28-8, I should say. In front court to Corneliuson, double team by Riddle and DeFore, and a traveling call coming up on Corneliuson.
Yeah, she felt the pressure from the backside and didn't get stopped, and then drug her foot a little bit.
White, Greer, and Maggard, orthodontist title sponsor for high school sports on PrepSpin.com. The winner of this one Friday night at 6:30 will take on the Lady Generals of Lafayette. It's been about 2 or 3 years since Scott County's been in this tournament from the girls' side. DeFore shoots up a three. That's an air ball, and that one she didn't use her legs at all. It was all up her body.
Yeah, and she's deep. And again, they get it to 18, 19, 20, 21 points, and then they just start shooting threes. And I think they've got to try to drive it a little bit to go on and push it out if that's what they want to do.
Coach Steve Helton just looked down at the floor when his young point guard let that one fly. Clark has a pick from the backside by DeFore, and DeFore was on the end line.
Well, people forget that because the way DeFore plays, she's just a freshman.
Yeah, pretty good freshman at that. This region's been fortunate over the years that we've been covering. Gary Ball and I have been covering this region, Coach. Of course, you came from the 10th region not too long ago. Here's Fallis, 17-footer, straight away, no good. Rebounded by Bean. Off to DeFore.
And again, on the attack, constantly on the attack.
Another good bounce pass, and now Owens looks like she may have banged legs with Lawson there. Here's DeFore, three, right of the circle, no good. Rebounded by Lawson for Southern. Ahead to Corneliuson, has Fallis ahead, and then the pressure just gets to the 8th grader, and Owens lays it in.
Yeah, and Southern had people back, but you can't get it to them because you got so much pressure upon you.
Plus, Fallis was running away from her, too, instead of coming to her, or at least making herself available and staying in one spot where she could see her.
Yeah, you feel like you're open, but they just can't get it to you. And there's 10-second call.
Thought it might be a little quick, too, as the coaching staff for Southern look, and we're going to get a timeout, Madison Southern. We'll keep it right here. High school sports also brought on PrepSpin by Mingy Beef Jerky. You got to try this stuff. All sports. See it on the field, see it on the courts, get it at All Sports in the Fayette Mall. You want to take a break, William? Or you just want to read the title spot? 30-second break. We'll be back here on PrepSpin.
Back on the basketball court. I want to get back to the ref I used to be.
I want to get back to gardening.
I want to get back to playing with my band.
Only one team is qualified to get patients back to living their lives. Bluegrass Orthopedics has physician experts to assist in your recovery, whether it's an injury or chronic condition. Bluegrass Orthopedics provides convenient, specialized, and comprehensive care for your unique life.
See one of our fine title sponsors, Bluegrass Orthopedics, providing team trainers for all sports over at Lexington Christian Academy. Also, UK Sports Medicine and Ortho, keeping you in the game, one of our fine sponsors. They provide pretty much trainers for about every high school in Central Kentucky, the 11th, 10th, and some 12th region schools in the area. Atkins, Sims, and Commode, attorneys for Kentucky. Whitaker Bank, title sponsor for the boys, State Sweet 16. Rafferty's, where the special is you, where we had our preview show, the 11th region preview show with some boys and girls coaches involved in the 11th region tournament. Coach True was a big success for us out there.
Very good.
Really good show, and everybody out there participated. This is Owens, a 23-point Scott County lead, 53-30 to 4. Riddle, right corner three, got it.
Better ball movement that time with Scott County. Got the zone shifted and got Riddle open.
22 for Peyton Riddle, the junior for the Cardinals. Clark right down the lane, throws up with the right hand and a whistle of foul. And I believe that's going to be on Owens.
Good aggressive drive by Clark. Got down right down the middle of the floor, staying away from the trap areas and drive straight in and take the contact.
It is on Owens. It's her second. Going to be the first on the Cardinals here in the second half. Clark almost has the mentality of a linebacker. Just puts her head down and goes.
Yeah, she plays really hard too.
She misses the first free throw. 56-30. That's the longest lead of the night for the Cardinals so far this evening. As Clark shoots the second one. Good. 56-31. Clark now with 6 for the Eagles.
That's the first foul on Scott County this half, though, and that's a big statistic.
Here's Owens in the corner for three. Back rim, no. Clark chases it down out front. 1-on-2. There's that fullback mentality, or linebacker with the right hand, laid it up and in, and Owens called for another foul.
Well, she didn't get her cut off, and she just ducks her head, draws the contact, gets the angle, and finishes.
And she's a lefty, so she went with the offhand and got the spin and put it up in there, and Coach Steve Helton asking Owens, why? Why didn't you hustle back and cut her off? Instead of running along with her. Then you see the foul there in the replay. He had the left hand in the small of the back. And Clark misses the free throw, and then Fallis and Beam fight for it, and Beam wins that battle. 56-33, the 4. Down the lane, off the glass, no good, and a foul on Clark.
And again, going to the rim, getting to the foul line is big for Scott County. That's something they went away from the first half a little bit.
DeFore, the freshman in the first half, had a nice first half. She, get this, 9 points, 4 steals, 9 assists. First free throw's
good. She's had
good.
a really good half.
And,
and she's such a good player. And, again, people watch her play and they forget that she's only a freshman.
Maybe the best pass for my money was the bounce pass, or actually the pass made. She misses the second free throw. 57-33 was the one just inside the timeline, all the way underneath the basket.
Yeah.
Foul's going to be called for the carry here. Another turnover for Madison Southern. A lot of people say the behind-the-back pass, but that one was in an open floor 2-on-1 break, which was the proper pass. But I like the one from the half-court line
to
down
hit
underneath.
Owens, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, very good pass.
Here's Holt off the hands of Holt. 44 White, they're going to say Beam in the lane too long. You might have.
Again, the turnover, Scott County, they tried to do the right. They tried to screen and get it inside, just got caught in the lane that time for the 3-second count. But, again, much more inside-oriented, go to the rim this half.
Clark step back, can't get it shot off. Back to Thorne, down low to Lawson, off the hands of Hudson into the hands of Lawson, and then Holt swats it out of bounds.
Lawson's done a really good job. She's battled really hard for Southern down on that block tonight.
Talking to one of the Madison County television crew here, they said that Lawson seems to be a little timid at times inside, but she's got some skills that she could play at the small college level, I believe.
And she's had 4 different players guarding her tonight. Christensen's been on her. You've had Beam down there on her.
Beam,
Holt. It just wears on you.
Yeah.
They've just got so many weapons.
That's 20 fouls to give right there. Riddle, no good. Back rim, rebounded, chased down by Beam, gives it off to Riddle. 5-footer, in and out, rebound, loose on the floor, goes Coyle and Holt. It comes away to Riddle. Hudson now to 4. 3 left of the circle. No, short. And the ball off of Fallis will get back to Scott County. They lead at 57-33. But again, Scott County settling for some deep jumpers.
They are. And some of them, I mean, are open. They're not bad looks, but I think Coach Hill would like them to challenge Southern a little bit more with the drive.
Linville will come in replacing Fallis for Madison Southern here. Other title sponsors for us: Roberts Insurance here in Richmond on Main Street. Insuring 3/4 of the state and provides a lot of insurance for a lot of participating KHSAA schools across the state. Nice pass from DeFore to Beam. Left it short, couldn't play through the contact.
And there's the draw and the drop. You drive, drop it off, get the contact, get back to the foul line. And again, if they're doing that in combination with the 3, they're really, really tough to guard, and they can put up a lot of points in a hurry.
You know who DeFore reminds me of? Shoney Schimmel.
A little bit, yep.
Point guard a couple of years ago for the University of Louisville. A couple of things set her apart. Schimmel was a full-blooded Native American. However, DeFore, with that bright red hair, kind of changes that fact, doesn't she?
Yeah, she's got a nice game.
Got a little flash to her game, doesn't she?
She does.
59-33. It's not showing off. It's knowing when certain passes are apropos. And this one off the hands of Corneliuson that was a good look from Lawson. Just Corneliuson didn't anticipate the pass being
DeFore's almost got it, and then Beam stepped over, and then by that point, you don't see the ball clearly, and you end up turning it over.
59-33. Scott County's increased a 14-point halftime lead to 26. Riddle on the runner, no good. Rebounded by Lawson.
It's a good shot, just didn't go down for her.
And somebody else talked about Lawson catches the ball on the block and looks to pass a lot, but here's Clark again, head down, driving it to the rim, going to get another foul on Scott County, and that's going to be on Hudson.
Well, she's done a really nice job this half of getting to the rim and drawing the foul, taking the contact. And that's what you have to do against Scott County. You're much better off doing that than pulling up and taking a 15-foot jump shot, because if you miss it, they're gone.
That's 3. They called it on Beam instead of Hudson. Free throw short from Clark. That's 3 on Beam. Into the ball game for the first time tonight for Scott County, number 2, Brittany Ward. One of the 4 seniors on the Scott County varsity roster. Free throw coming from Clark is good. 59-34, under 3 to play here in the third. Winner will move on to 6:30. Nice look and a backdoor cut from Riddle and DeFore with a little flash of the over-the-shoulder pass a la Larry Bird there.
And Riddle's got to finish that one, though.
Yeah. If your point guard puts you in a position to get a layup, you got to finish it.
She made a great cut to get open.
Tell you, DeFore is almost like she's got 4 eyes, 2 in the back of her head and 2 that she has on the front. Coyle, double teamed, in trouble. Ball comes free right to Corneliuson. DeFore tries to tie up and reach in by DeFore. Going to be a foul. The first on the freshman for the Cardinals. The 4th on Scott County.
That's a tough call, because she had her hand on the ball. She may have had her other hand on her arm, but she had her hand on the ball and had taken it away to go for the layup.
And during the regular season, Coach, we've seen that call quickly called a held ball. They've let them play through a few of those situations.
They have. There have been a couple tonight that could have been a tie-up that they let them play through.
Linville was on the sideline when the ball came inbounds, so with 2:15 to play in the third, Scott County looking to increase on a 25-point lead here. 59-34 is the score. DeFore misses the runner. Lawson rebounds between 3 Cardinals. Outlets to Clark. Clark 2-on-1 has Linville to the right. Corneliuson coming hard to the left off of Linville's hand. Out of bounds. I thought Clark waited a little too long to give it up.
Yeah, and Scott County took a bad shot on this end. That was kind of a forced shot. But again, they hustle back and don't allow the transition basket.
Of course, we are the only provider. Here's Riddle, 16 from right of the circle, good. 24 now for the junior here this evening.
They just keep stretching the lead. The pressure is just so constant.
And Riddle's just smooth. I mean, doesn't need a lot of space to get her shot off.
No, she does not.
Whereas DeFore will kind of load it up a little bit, even though she's way back behind the arc. Here's Linville driving, hits the bottom side of the basket, got it back. And a foul. This one will be on Hudson, number 10 in white.
Yeah, and again, drive, get in, take the contact, try to get to the foul line. I mean, that's been their ticket for success here in the second half.
Let's give Madison Southern some credit here. They have kept attacking, and they are really scrapping on the glass against Scott County. This free throw's good from Linville.
And now you see Scott County's depth coming into play. You've already got Brittany Ward in the game. You've got Braylee McMath coming in, who's an 8th grader. And now you've got Alexis Hoffman coming in, who's a junior. I mean, they're going to play, everybody on the bench tonight.
Yep.
And they're not going to lose a ton when they go down to that bench.
They list McBeth as an 8th grader. She looks like she might be just now getting in middle school as 6th grader.
Yeah.
No offense to her. She just looks that young.
Well, let me tell you what. I've seen her. She can play. She's hard-nosed and scrappy.
She looks like she's hard-nosed. I bet she's got a bunch of older brothers or sisters.
And very quick.
So you get DeFore and McMath on the floor. And she sticks it between the rim and the backboard. Can't tell if she's trying to take a shot or if she was trying to lob that up to Holt.
Well, she's trying to get up, and she was trying to execute, and they didn't get the screen set right, and Southern did a nice job defending the play.
Well, everybody's asleep right now. We need a basketball.
There we go.
Attaboy, Dan. The officials all looking around, and somebody behind us hollers, why don't you get it, ref? And actually, if you think about this, there's only 2 referees in the game of football and basketball. The white hat's a referee, and the head official in a 3-man crew is the referee. Everybody else is on the officials.
Yep.
Little piece of trivia there to throw out to you.
Southern does a nice job with the pressure.
Yep, and Cornelius lets it fly, no good. Rebounded by Ward. Ahead to DeFore. She has McMath right behind her. Euro step, missed the shot. Rebounded by Clark to Lawson. Lawson, a little late, knocked away by number 13. That is Hoffman, the junior. Bringing it back the other way. Down the lane, hangs, glass, no good. Rebounded by Clark with Holt off her right shoulder. And DeFore will knock it out of bounds, and they're going to call DeFore for a foul, her second.
Coach Helton was trying to get his team to back up that time, and DeFore stayed up and got the foul, and he's not very happy with that.
I don't think he's happy with DeFore, even though it's only foul number 2. He wants you to still keep your fundamentals.
Yeah, that's a bad foul. You're just crossing half court, and she's not really going anywhere, and you're trying to steal it. Just back up, sit down and play.
He's an intimidating guy. Doesn't smile a lot while games are going on, and he goes about 6'7".
Yeah, he's pretty demanding, but he's had an awful lot of success.
Remember, I think he broke a toe his first year as the head coach for Scott County, stomping on the floor there.
Could be.
I know he did because I heard him holler.
Again, man-to-man from Scott County. The pressure's been pretty relentless.
Yep. Here goes Clark with the right hand. Good. I tell you what, Ashlyn Clark, for a lefty at this level, uses her offhand better than anybody I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, and Scott County sending the 5 starters back up after that.
Yeah, just get a little bit. Basket for Clark ends at 61-38 as we go to the third quarter here in Richmond. Winner gets Lafayette on Friday night. Back to live action. Scott County had the ball to begin, and Connor Coyle for Madison Southern whistled for her 4th personal foul, and Beam hit the free throw. Mingy Beef Jerky is one of our fine sponsors. Our winning coach will get a bag of Mingy Beef Jerky, courtesy of Mingy Beef Jerky. You got to try this stuff as Beam hits both free throws.
Scott County back with their starters, back a little pressure. Coach Helton did not like the way they finished up that third quarter with some of the subs on the floor, and wants to keep the momentum ready headed toward the semifinals against Lafayette.
Yeah, well, that was a nice pass from Clark to Fallis. Fallis just not strong enough to catch a pass like that. That was a really good look. Nice catch and jump stop and finish off the left foot by Riddle.
Yeah, that's a nice drive. Very good pass by Owens, too.
That was Owens. DeFore still looking for that double-double here. Clark down the lane with the right hand, no good. Rebounded by Beam for Scott County, and what they're going to get, they're going to say it went off of Madison Southern.
That one Clark probably should have given up. She had somebody in front of her and could have gotten an easier one.
The boy, she finishes really well with that right hand, the offhand. 65-38, 7 minutes to go in the ball game. Scott County control by 27 here. Hudson down low to Owens, spins on Coyle, and a travel.
Rushed that a little bit. It was the right move. She just didn't get her feet set before she tried to take off with it.
And Malia Owens looked over at the bench like, I didn't walk. Coach Helton said, yes, you did. Yes, you did. Just shook his head. I always, as a player, boy, and I know how you were too. As a player, you looked over and when your coach agreed with the official.
Yeah, it's never a good thing.
That's kind of defeating, isn't it?
Yeah, not a good thing.
No. Not too many coaches agree with those guys and gals wearing the stripes, but when the coach looks at you and goes, you did. Ball knocked out of bounds. I believe that was Riddle again. Riddle's had a really nice all-around game.
Yeah, she's a really good player.
Yep. Thorne double team loses it. DeFore to Riddle. Riddle, right hand, and if she went with the left, that was a good move by Riddle. If she goes to the left on the left side, Coyle's going to block that.
And protected it really well.
28 for Peyton Riddle.
Well, they turn you over, and then they're gone in a hurry. And right there, Beam with a tip, and Southern tries to reach up and catch it, can't get it.
Kiana Christopher, number 20 in white, back in. Actually, I think it's Christopher's first appearance tonight. Williams back in, number 4, along with Kennedy Tompkins, the 8th grader, 34 in white, as Beam and Hudson are done for the night.
Well, now you've got young kids out there, but they don't lose any athleticism.
No, they gain some. Because Tompkins is a pretty good athlete as an 8th grader. Thompson pulls up and a foul coming up on Bailey Scott, number 34 for Madison Southern, as we have Fallis, number 12, Thorne, number 23, Linville, 20, Coyle, number 1, and then Scott making her first appearance tonight for Madison Southern. Free throw good from Owens. Owens has only 16 tonight. Make it 17. So Riddle and Owens have combined for 45 of the 69 tonight.
Yeah, they're so tough to defend. And about the time you think you got them settled down, you get DeFores or Beam who can really hurt you also.
Ward into the ball game, number 2 in white for Scott County. Linville has it blocked by Williams, and then Fallis picks it up and shoots it over the rim, but got fouled on the play, and it's going to be Tompkins with her second. The 7th now on Scott County, so Madison Southern will shoot from here on out, trailing by 31.
Well, Scott County doesn't have a downship. They're going to continue to press the ball up the floor and try to get easy looks. They don't really have a slow down offense to go to. So you're still going to see them run up and down the floor. And Southern's got to do a good job getting back. As DeFores gets her, that's probably done for the night.
McMath comes in, but you lose in height. You're going to pick up probably 4 in foot speed.
Yeah,
DeFore's pretty quick, but McMath looked pretty quick in her short stint.
Yeah, she's pretty tough.
Ward to Williams, around to Christopher. Now to Ward. Gives back to McMath. Curls off of there. Just Ward gives it to McMath on the left wing. Into the lane goes McMath. Euro step, loses control of it. But a whistle and a foul coming off on Madison Southern.
It's a little Euro offense from Coach Helton there. A little screen roll action on the wing. Take your post, come off the screen, look to attack. Shooter's opposite, and the post rolling.
Raising Cane's Chicken, also one of our fine sponsors. One Love. Raising Cane's as McMath misses the first, along with Central Bank, home of the UK Wildcats checking account. And, of course, our good friend Gary Ball and the Scholastic Ball Report Saturdays on the CW in the Lexington area. McMath missed both. Fallis with the ball and throws a bullet that goes off the hands of Clark. Ward runs it down, left hand layup, good.
Again, it's just fatigue now for Southern.
Yeah.
You battled so long and so hard against this pressure, and now the mental mistakes are starting to kick in.
They've played 8, but Scott County's played everybody on the roster.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, they played 12 in the first half to the Cardinals.
Yeah.
They go down low to Coyle, turns and put it in on the youngster Williams.
Again, Williams will learn not to give up that post position so easily as she gets older and gets a little stronger.
Ward misses the shot from the right baseline, rebounded by Coyle. Gives it off to Clark. Here come the Lady Eagles, trailing 71-41 with 4:50 to play in the ball game. Cardinals will move on to Friday night semifinals. Game number 1, they'll play it at 6:30 here on Friday. Ball goes off of Christopher and goes back to Madison Southern. Tomorrow night, we've got 2 more for you, beginning at 6:15 with the pregame. 6:30. Franklin County's Lady Flyers, the defending 11th region champion. Matter of fact, the state runner-up a year ago.
Mm-hmm. Very talented group.
In action against Henry Clay in game 1. Game 2, Madison Central. There's a foul coming up on, I believe it's Williams or Christopher. Who got him? Who got the foul here? Let's see. Christopher.
Christopher, yep.
Yep, they gave it to Christopher, her first. And Madison Central will
take on Dunbar.
Thank you. I was sitting here going, I know it's election in the school. Now, Dunbar never came to mind for some reason, Coach.
Take on Dunbar. Be a very good game. They had a 1-point game about 2 weeks ago, I think.
And it was at Dunbar. And if you haven't seen Autumn Hereford, she's worth the price of admission. You think DeFore can shoot it from 3. Hereford is deadly from 3. Christopher going to be called for a travel. Tried to throw it up before she called for the travel, but heads up play there by
Scott County's pretty young out there now, and some kids that haven't played together as much, but you know, you're getting to rest your starters for Friday and have them fresh and ready to go.
Ward's the lone senior, number 2 in white on the floor for Scott County. Fallis out to Coyle, fakes, drives in, has it knocked away, ball loose on the floor. And a held ball coming up will go to Madison Southern. And then Wednesday night, Gary Ball will be recording his show, so I'll be here along with, I believe Mike Fannin will join us, maybe Derek Varney. We have a couple of really nice games. First game, Lexington Catholic, Franklin County.
Should be a good one.
6:30, and they give it off inside to Coyle, makes a little room for herself, throws it high off the glass and in. The senior kind of took the 8th grader to the classroom a little bit there.
Yeah, good back screen play there off the inbound. Scott County didn't talk on it. Coach Helton won't be happy with that.
That was Lawson who made a nice McMath call for traveling. She falls down with a basketball. Into the ball game for Madison Southern, number 34, Bailey Scott. Seeing action again, and Thorne comes back in, replacing Clark and Coyle. Here comes Christian and Sutherland for Scott County. Christian 24 and Sutherland 35. The 2 youngsters, Williams and Tompkins, go to the bench.
Well, the experience for those 2 youngsters is big to be in this game, be able to do what they did. I thought they played well in the first half. Made a couple defensive mistakes, but they'll learn from that.
Ward with the steal from Thorne, pulls up. I thought she was going to go last, but she hits the runner. 73-45, Cardinals by 28. Thorne to Linville, and Ward reaching in. Slapped her across the wrist. May have gotten her upside the head a little bit too there.
Yeah, and again, Scott County it's just the way they play. They keep coming at you. They rotate. They try to trap. It's really tough to for them to tone that down when you practice that every day, and that's the only way you play.
32 is Emma Turner for Scott County back into the game. Got brief action in the first half, along with Alexis Hoffman, both juniors. Linville's free throw is good. Tell you what, I was looking at the stats while preparing for this game, Coach, over the weekend, and noticed one thing. Madison Southern shoots the basketball very well from the foul line. They're well over 70% as a team.
Yeah, they do a really good job with it. And that kept them around in the first half. They were able to get there a little bit. Haven't been able to do that as much in the second half.
Pretty good chance of trying to draw a charge there by Scott. And now Scott County with just that size, just with Christian Hoffman and Tompkins just moved the Madison Southern players up underneath the rim.
Yeah, Sydney Sutherland for them is it's going to be tough for them to move around on those offensive boards.
Here's a reach in coming up, and I believe they're going to get Turner on this.
Coach Helton's over thinking, stop fouling.
Yeah, 3:13 to play, and he just put his hands in his head and just turns and looks down at Malia Owens, and he must have said something funny because
they're laughing, whatever.
Because Owens is laughing. Riddle just looked away as Lawson hits the first. Into the ball comes Connor Coyle for Madison Southern, and Fallis will get standing greeting from her teammates on the bench. Got a lot of freshmen down at the end of that bench for Southern. Lawson hits the first free throw, or the second one I should say as well, 75-48. Scott County will move on, as we said. Here's Turner trying to dump it down, had it knocked away. Thorne ahead to Linville. Linville, nice catch, blocked from behind by Hoffman. Here comes the Cardinals, and Hoffman dribbles it off her foot out of bounds.
That's good hustle, though, to get back and block that shot without fouling. That's really good hustle by Hoffman. And again, these teams always play hard. You're up, 27, 28 points, and you hustle back, come from behind, and block the shot from behind.
Yeah, if you don't hustle, you don't play. And like I said, he was a long-time assistant for Billy Hicks, and that was the philosophy Billy employs. Here's a shot missed, and then a rebound by Thorne came in and out. Coyle with a rebound. We have bodies all over the place. A couple of Southern defenders, and Coyle just fouled out. Well, Connor Coyle's going to finish with 8 points tonight, but her season and her Madison Southern career are going to come to an end with the loss, but she fouls out tonight.
Been a good player for them. It's tough when you lose your last one, but as I told my team, last week, there's only going to be one happy team at the end of this thing, and it's tough to see your career come to an end.
Could the 11th region champion have a shot? Yes, but there are a couple teams down in Louisville that are pretty good.
Yeah.
Hale and Butler.
Yeah, and Sacred Heart.
Sacred Heart's pretty good too, but
Mercer
Hale and
County
Butler might be the class of that 6th and 7th regions down there.
Mercer County and Bullitt East will probably have a say in from their perspective.
Especially if Mercer shoots the ball well.
Yes, if.
They go as Sagan Robbins goes.
Yeah, they can really fill it up.
Of course, the Lake Twins are really good. A couple of verbal commits already to Southeast Missouri State.
When you've got 6 or 7 kids who are going to play college and 4 or 5 are going to play Division I, you're pretty good.
Yeah. Of course, Sagan Robbins only a junior. She's already committed to the University of Louisville. Nice on the turn and the jump hook from Sutherland. 77-48. Fallis will shoot 3. Back rim, no good. Lawless and Christian got tied up. That's a couple of physical players there.
Yeah, Holly does a good job on the board for them. She's very physical on the inside.
I do like Lawson, though. I think she could play somewhere. Talking to, like I said, the Madison County TV crew, and he wasn't sure if Lawson wants to play college basketball, but she would be a good fit somewhere.
Sure.
At that NAIA level especially. Here's a foul coming up on Bailey Scott. It'll be her second.
Okay.
Got a bunch of scores according to Gary Ball.
George Rogers Clark beat Scott tonight in the 10th region, 64-52.
That could be a semifinal or a championship game in that region, and they were first-round opponents tonight.
Yeah, you mentioned Mercer earlier. They won 90-68 over Boyle. Southwestern beat Rockcastle 60-48. Harlan County beat Corbin 77-53. North Laurel beat Lynn Camp 74-64. Letcher County Central won 63-53. Leslie County won over Owsley County 81-64.
Zaria Carter is in for Madison Southern, number 15 years. Christopher missed the layup. Got a whole bunch of 5 new players in for Madison Southern. We have 25.
Russell beat Ashland Blazer 51-45 down in the.
And that's a big rivalry there. Those two.
It is that. Thanks,
Marley Lawson, or excuse me, Emily Rowland is 25. 55 is Allie Richardson, a freshman. Rowland's a sophomore. You also have number 15, Zaria Carter. She's a sophomore. Number 3 is Sunny Walters, a freshman.
Again, staying with the man-to-man from Scott County, and now a lot of young kids on the floor for both teams.
And another freshman, 52, Skylar Sparks for Southern, as Christopher misses the layup. Turner gets it and puts it in. We're approaching a minute in this one, a 31-point Scott County lead. So it's the Generals and the Cardinals. And we have a travel coming up on
Cracken County
Madison.
beat Ballard Memorial 48-41. And Webster County beat Lyon County 50-40 tonight. Grayson County beat McLean 43-28. That's your update.
And that one's a low-scoring game. McLean County, looked at their schedule, and they have a lot of low-scoring games, so they must play tempo. Like Scott County wants to play fast, McLean wants to play slow.
Yep.
Kind of reminds me of a team back in the mid-'80s, boys team by the name of Carlisle County. They got to the state championship game and beat Henry Clay in triple overtime, final score 37-35.
Yeah.
You remember that game?
Yeah.
Here's a shot out of the corner, no good by Carter. That's 25, I'm sorry, not 15. It's Rowland. Rebound pulled off, thrown up by Sparks. And Sparks will go to the line. And again, really, really good to watch Madison Southern. Even though they're down big, the starters and players who played a lot, Coach, played very hard. But this group in here, still scrapping on the boards.
Continue to play hard. That says a lot about their coach and the culture of the program. It'll be an awfully good one on Friday night with Scott County and Lafayette.
Free throw is good by Sparks. Sparks a freshman. Matter of fact, 3 of the players on the floor are freshmen for Southern right now. Free throw good. 12 of 17 overall from the foul line for Southern. Now you're going to get a little ball handling skill from McMath here. Then a little weave in and out, gives it off to Hoffman. Inside, the ball comes free, rebounded, pulled off by Richardson for Southern, and that'll do it. Well, one semifinal is set for Friday night. You have Scott County and Lafayette. Should be a good one on Friday night. 6:30 will be the tip-off for that one. The Cardinals win. We'll get Coach Steve Helton over here. Well, I'm sure he'll have, he's actually be with Gary Baller, the Mingy Beef Jerky winning coach. And William, you want to take 30 seconds or come do it? We'll go straight to coaching. Okay, we're going to go as soon as Gary Ball gets Coach Steve Helton. We'll go straight over across the floor to Gary. You see Gary moving in position right now. And he has Coach Steve Helton as the winning coach for Scott County. They win it by 29 tonight, 79 to over 50 over a very, very game Madison Southern team.
Mingy Beef Jerky post-game show. Coach, they made a little run at you there in the second quarter. What'd you tell your ball club coming out in the second half? Because you were very explosive.
We better start running again. Second half or second quarter, it was a free throw shooting contest. We weren't moving. We were real handsy. First quarter, I thought we came out running, and second quarter, like I said, we're right now in the half court. We're not where we need to be. And third quarter, I thought we came out and got the game in our tempo.
Peyton Riddle, I tell you, you and I know she's a special player. Everybody else finding out right now. 28 big ones tonight.
A very quiet 28 big ones. I didn't see the stat sheet. We've got to get better. I know it's cliche and you talk about getting better, but there was some things tonight. There's some rotations we missed, and we got 3 good days of practice. So that's a good thing. We get to move on, and gosh, we got our hands full on Friday.
Lafayette, the team you'll play Friday, very athletic, and they've really found themselves without Kiara Pankin.
Very well coached. Coach Denton does an incredible job year in and year out. I believe this is 5 in a row districts from them. It's going to be a test for us, and it's going to be one of those tests. Who's going to control the tempo.
Coach, I know you want to get back to your locker room. Here's the Mingy beef jerky. There's Coach. And we got him the sweet and hot. That's your favorite, right? Sweet and hot.
Run and gun, sweet and hot. It sounds good.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you. That's Coach Helton. Let's go back. Run and gun, sweet and hot. He likes it all, Darren. That's Coach Helton.
He is an absolute nut when it comes to things like that. When things are going good, it makes it a little bit easier to joke and cut up and carry on. But Coach Steve Helton, he is fiery competitor. Now you will see a different side of Coach Steve Helton and Coach Allison Denton on Friday night. Both coaches very extremely competitive. Both coaches know what kind of a big game this is going to be Friday night.
Yeah, both coaches very intense and get a lot out of their kids, and it'll be a good game. And Coach is right. I think the faster that Scott County can get the pace, the better it is going to be for them. And they'll try to speed Lafayette up and force some turnovers. And I think for Lafayette, the key will be that turnover category. If they can keep that low, they'll have a chance.
Keep it low and get Kiera Pankins going. Of course, the young lady had a concussion about three and a half weeks ago at Woodford County. Still having maybe some symptoms of that. We don't know. She didn't play a lot tonight against the Jackets. But you do know one thing for sure is you're going to get some up-tempo from Abram and from Gar Carter, the two of the four guards that for Lafayette. And then you got to, if you're Scott County defensively, you got to find Bennett and DeBilzon as well as Abram and Gar Carter in transition. So I will say one thing, and I think it's not going to go out too far on a limb, Coach True. There will be a lot of threes flying that night from both sides.
There will. There'll be a lot of threes up that night, and you'll see a fast-paced game. And, again, Lafayette wants to get out in transition. They got to be careful that they don't get going too fast to where they get into a run-and-gun game with Scott County for 4 quarters, because not very many teams in the state that want to do that.
Well, tonight, Scott County 79-50 over Madison Southern. It went about what we thought it would. 28 points tonight from Peyton Riddle, the junior. Shot the ball extremely well. 12 of 22 overall, 2 of 5 from behind the arc, 2 of 2 from the foul line. She had 4 rebounds, 28 points, 7 assists for Peyton Riddle as well.
Great
and a very
game
quiet 7 assists there. I knew she had a few, but I didn't know she had 7. 17 tonight for Malaya Owens, and a double-double tonight for the young freshman point guard for the Cardinals, Morgan DeFore. 10 points, 10 assists. She had 6 steals on the night. Oh, and by the way, just threw in about 3 rebounds.
Yeah, she and again, so many weapons from Scott County, so many different ways they can beat you, and it's going to be really a real challenge for Lafayette. But the same can be said of Lafayette. You know, the Bills-on comes out in the second half and gets hot and scores the first 9 in the second half. So both teams with a lot of weapons. Should be fun on Friday.
If you're Summer Simmons, you're ecstatic with your team. You battled through injuries a lot. You get to the regional tournament again for I think the 4th year in a row for the program under the guidance of Summer Simmons. And tonight you out-rebound a taller Scott County Ball Club, 39-33. That's something you can hang your hat on. You also had 11 offensive rebounds, so that's something you can really hang your hat on.
Sure, as you pointed out, they played hard to the very end, and that's a good thing. And they'll continue to get better under her leadership.
Well, for Gary Ball, Scott True, and William Warfield, our engineer here in Richmond. The 2 final scores tonight. Game 1 went to Lafayette, 61-54 over Woodford County. And then 79-58, the Cardinals of Scott County over Madison Southern's Eagles tonight. So for all those fine folks, join Coach True and Gary Ball and William Warfield, myself, tomorrow night. Game number 1, Franklin County, Henry Clay. Game 2, Paul Lawrence Dunbar against Madison Central. Game time for the first game, 6:30. We'll be on the air at 6:15 with the pregame. You're watching the 11th Region Girls Regional Tournament on PrepSpin.com.